Hello everybody, and how are you? I hope you're all well and that you've had a good weekend. I've been very busy gardening. I haven't been in my workshop. I've been catching up with my gardening to make sure that all the plants that need be cut down for winter have all been done. So I spoke to a lovely lady last night called Catherine, and she reminded me that while I'm doing my videos, she can't really see what I'm doing because of everything that I have behind me. I haven't moved them, I've sold them, and the ones that were here, there's one that's gone up there and the orange swag is up there. Other than that, the rest of them that was here, the Santa and things like that, and the pink one and that have all been sold. So they're on the floor, they're ready to be bagged, well, are bagged up, ready to be shipped out. So today I'm going to do something slightly different. I've brought or purchased a few of them, not many. I wanted to try them out first. Some wreaths, what are twigs? I mentioned this in one of my videos the other day. I did take it apart and made it slightly bigger because it wasn't very big when it arrived. So I enlarged it. Not too big, but enlarged it. And I also sprayed it white. They do come black, but I sprayed it white. And the wreath that we're going to do today isn't going to be a wreath where I glue things in. These are all going to be made up by making our own picks and then tie wrapping them on to the wreath. Because when you see the wreath, you will realise there is no way or no place to glue things on to make sure that they're secure without having to tie wrap them anyway, or zip tie them. So that is what we're going to do. I have already prepared the bow, and this is the wreath. As you can see, there's nothing to glue anything in without showing the glue. So they are going to be tie wrapped. Again, this was black and I have sprayed it white, basically to make it look frosty, I guess. And I've already done the bow. I wanted to do some Hessian with a few neutral colours and a bit of gold. I didn't want to go reds or anything like that. So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm going to bring the camera slightly more forward and hopefully above my workbench so you can see what I'm doing without having to stare at me, I guess. So that's what we're going to do. I've used 2.5 inch and I've on this ribbon here, which is got gold snowflakes on, and then I've used 1.5 inch ribbon where this one has got gold swirls on just a plain 1.5 inch gold, well, like a tanny gold, and then some Hessian. The Hessian hasn't got no wiring, so that's the reason it's slightly floppy, because it's got none. But I thought the Hessian would look lovely, attached with it. And the loops, the first 2 rows I did were 4 inch, and then this one and the Hessian are 3. So we'll put that aside for one moment, and before I move the camera, we'll go through what we're going to use. We are using just a couple of bits of greenery in colour green, but I think we need that, to go along with what we're doing. I don't want it to look too bland, so I am adding a little bit of green. It's cold in here today, guys. I am perished. Ooh. So I've got out some of my conifer again for the Christmas theme. I've just seen something. Why do I always spot something when we start a video? So I'm going to put in some conifer because we do need it. We do need the green. I mean, I've tested it by looking at it and placing things next to it before I started the video, and I have prepared majority of the things that we've got to use today. So that is what we're going to use for our greenery. I've also got out just a few stems, and I've cut these off in single ones and attached a pick to them all as well before we start. This is my rubbery fern. I didn't want them to be too big. I just want a single because we are making our own picks. And I've also done the same with the maple. I've got this one, which I absolutely adore, with the brown veins on the back. Oh, and I love this. I love the effect. So I've took them off the main stem and attached a pick again to a few also before we started. Now I haven't done nothing to this yet because I've not used it yet. I've had it a while, but I've just not used it. I've been trying to think of something nice to use it for because it's got the tan colour at the bottom and then it goes to a cream colour at the top. And I thought, perfect. Because of the ribbon as well. Perfect, guys. So we're going to use that as well. And I thought, oh, I couldn't have made a better choice. So I am going to put in, and I haven't prepared these. These are on a fresh stem, and but I will, put them on and attach a pick to them, and put some corsage tape around them as well to blend in with the colour scheme and the ribbon and everything else that we're using. Now I've got these out and I am going to use these today. I keep saying every time I'd like to use them, but then when I do something, they just don't seem to look right. But they're going to look right today, guys, because I'm going to make them look right. But if I open the leaf, because they are slightly closed in, if I can do it without anything snapping, if I bend them in half, that is what they look like. Slightly Japanesey, I think. So we've got those as well. Now I've only got 3 of these out because we are going to just do 3 picks. And the picks that we're going to do is going to be 1 here, 1 coming out from the bow and 1 under here. It's only going to be a half of a wreath because I do want to see the twigs. If I have any more picks, which if I do, I'll just grab some more up there and then, add those in. But don't they look lovely and give beautiful movement? Yeah, just like that. And then also we're going to have 1 down here. And then we're going to have 1 coming out from the side there. So I've got those. Because I have got a feeling that we're going to have to do 5. I really do. So I should have got 5 out just to be on the safe side. I've cut 3 of my gold eucalyptus, and I've also got that out as well. I might just get 5. And I've got 3 swirly bits. Again, I should have got 5. I've got a feeling we're going to end up doing 5. Because of the size of the wreath, I think it's I've made it into 16 inch. It came as a 12. So I've made it into 4 inch bigger. So I'm going to put some of these in because I want to add movement to the twigs as well, because when I looked at it earlier again, I thought just a bit of movement coming through, not much, and they're quite small, so they will not take over. Oh gosh, guys, let me just reach over. And I've only got 3 of these left, I think. I haven't really dug down at the bottom, but oh, one of the leaves have come off. Oh, but I've got that, and I've only got 3 of those left. So we've got our white or cream roses with the gold tip, and the leaves are gold underneath, and green on top with a gold vein. And I think they are really pretty. Oops, a daisy. Oh, I've got things caught. And I've just got 3 stems I've cut and put on picks also of our tiny little roses. I thought we could add those into it also. I really do like these. Now these are new, what I've had. I ordered them about a week ago, thinking they was artificial. It didn't state that there wasn't, and it didn't state that there were. And they arrived. I mean, I have cut them and put picks on, but they are dried. They are very pretty, but they're just like the wheat again, guys. Oh my goodness, they break really easily, but they are beautiful. Look at them. Aren't they just magnificent? The leaves on that. And they are, I didn't touch them because my hands are sticky. And if I touch them, they're going to come off. Well, you know, because how delicate. Look at the stems. How thin the stems are. And they are so, so delicate. Now, I've put picks on 6 of these. And, oh, I've never been so careful in all my life. But look at those together. I thought if we was having 3, I'll put 2 together. And when I put 2 together, instead of having them like that, I'll put them back to back like that. So they look wider. Oh my goodness. I was a bit disappointed that there wasn't artificial, because I know how, because I have got dried twigs and things like that, but I try not to purchase a lot of them, even though they are beautiful. It's just the breakage on them. You can, if not very, very careful, you can waste your pennies, you know, and I try not to do that. I want something that's going to last. You know, so I try to stay away from them, even though they are beautiful. And the movement in that, it's like a slightly summer's day with a little breeze. Oh, it's beautiful. But I'm going to use them. I only ordered 1 pack, but I really do want to get them used. And my cup of coffee. Now let me just get, if I can find them. Oh my goodness, I really need to sort this out. I have got lots and lots of things in gold pushed together. I can't even see if I've got any of those little roses anymore. Oh my gosh, let's just get one of those. These are different. No, I've seen one eucalyptus. Where's the other? One moment, guys. Oh my, oh, there's another. can't see if I've got any more of those little roses. The bucket is absolutely full. I'm sure they're them ones. Oh my goodness. Those wispy bits keep getting in my way. We'll try those. We'll put those back. Just bear with me, guys. I should have, if not, then I'll use 2 of those. If I can't find no more of those small roses. If not, if I do 5, then I'll use 2 of those instead. I've got some more eucalyptus. There. Got wispy bits, and I've got some more of those. If you hear any noises again, guys, on the roof, it's my cats. So we'll keep those stood by. So I'm going to just take those down there. And I'm using white tie wraps. Because I've sprayed the wreath white, I don't want to see a coloured tie wrap. I'm going with the same colour of what the wreath is. So put those there. Put them there. So I'm just going to alter now the camera. Let me just, excuse me guys. I just want to try and get it as close as I can. You won't see me on it, guys, but oh, that's not a problem. Right, that's as close as I've got it. Oh my giddy aunt, it's so cold. Look at my fingers. Without using the corsage tape. Right, let's get the white one ready in case I need that. I've made some tail ends again with the Hessian on one side and this lovely 2.5 inch with the gold snowflakes, and then I've got the 1.5 inch here with the gold swirl and the brownie gold, I'd say. So first of all, when we do our picks, or should I say once we've finished our picks, we will be tie wrapping them round a stem like this, which is quite thick, which will hold the weight of our picks. If the stem, because it's only plastic, if it feels that it's not taking the weight, I will tie wrap around a bit of the wreath again in different places to keep it secure. So first of all, we're going to make some picks. So let's just get, and they're not going to be the same, or they might not be the same, should I say. So how many have I got of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll get one of those, or do we get 3? We'll get 3 out to start with. I think I've got 9 of the fern as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. We'll just get 2 of those. I don't know how many I've got of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 8. Oh, that's odd. Get 2 of those. just cut one of those because they're quite bushy to start with. Right, let me take the elastic band off of these. If I need any more, I've cut single ones or separate ones when I first try, and they may have to go on picks. I only want one of the wispy, one of the rose, one of those, one eucalyptus. I'm going through everything that I've got. If I just place those there, let's have a look. We'll take one of those. Oh my goodness. One rose. Where's that one? What's been cut off? One of those. And this is what bulks it up. And then two of those. Just drop something. Let me just grab it. Right, so that is what I've got as I've gone, and that is going to be one pick. So again, if I just move these out of sight. So let's get everything laid out. So that one may need to go on a pick, and so will that. Again, I'll put that on a pick to be on the safe side. They're okay. And they're okay. What colour stem? Brown. Because it's gold, I will put a brown stem, corsage tape. 1, 2, 3. And these are what my picks look like. I buy them in the 500s. I've just ordered 1,000. Again, where the thinner at the bottom, excuse my filthy hands everybody, thinner at the bottom than they are here. And they, at the top, the thicker part, they fit absolutely everything I use. So when I want to make my own pick and I take off, for example, just get rid of that bit. There's the hole in the back, and once I glue it, they fit perfect, absolutely perfect in absolutely everything I use. So I swear by them. You can get them off Amazon. I've spotted them on Amazon. I have purchased them on Amazon before. I think they're for 100 or something, or 200. I can't quite remember. They're about 200. I'm sure it was maybe have been 200 or 100, but they are about £6 something. So what I'm doing is just going down the pick. I'm not going all the way, and then I'm coming back up on it for just a little bit of extra security around here where the stem does finish. So now that has got a pick on. And I'm going to do the same with this. But I'm going, if you can see, there's the last of this node. We call this a node, and that is where I place the top of my pick. And then I start just above it, my pick, taping the tape, the corsage tape, and then going onto my pick and going down. So I'm basically covering the tip, the really top of the pick, so that that cannot be seen. And then going down the green pick, back up, like that. Now this is paper. As much as I think these are beautiful, I don't like the paper. It comes off, it looks messy, so I always take it off, the loose bits. It doesn't matter if it's going to be hidden with the corsage tape, I just remove it. And I'm going down. Below the actual berry pick stem, just going slightly below onto the green pick and then back up. So that's those. So everything here now is on a pick. So what we are going to do, oops, a daisy. It's like, basically I say it's like making a bouquet. You can do it flat if you suffer with arthritis, as some people do, I do, but it's not, you know, severe. So you can either do it on here by placing it like a bouquet. If you do that on the mat, this side, or should I say as you are looking at it, on the top, but then you place the stem behind the centre one. On the one nearest to you, you place it over the top like that. And that would be the same if you was doing it in your hand. There's the centre one. As you're looking at it from your screen, on the right, you place behind the centre one. And on your left, you place in front of the centre one. So you have a crisscross. And then you can do the same. Behind goes, on your right goes behind. And on your left goes in front. And you hold them with your fingers and thumb just under all the stems, at the top of the stems on each thing. Because these will be like this to start with. You'll be making it like a bouquet, a handheld bouquet. But once you've tie wrapped them all together at the end, that's when you will manipulate them into a position. So I know that I want this rose in the centre. So that one, oh, here's my cat, guys. So that one will go in the centre there. Where's it gone? And I want this large one at the back, slightly. I can't turn it around, guys, because it's awkward with it being above me. But it's at my right hand side. So if you was doing it, it would be at your right hand side. And at the front, On the left, it would be, you would place it across the front of the centre. Now I have 2 of these, so I'm going to have 1 either side. So 1 on your right hand side gets placed behind. On your left hand side, you place the stem in front. So you're getting a crossing over all the time. Now that one I want central at the back. So that will be placed in the centre. Oh, it's a daisy. Our swirly one I want on the left coming over. And then because I've got these, in fact I may put them separate. So on your right goes to the back and across, and the front goes to the, crosses over the front. I want my berries to sit central under my rose, and I've got these little roses that I want coming on the front also. And because I've got this already at the back, I want to bring it to the front. And now I have this that I want to, let's have a look. I don't know, I might not put it in this one. And then because I have this one here, I want this in the centre again, coming, drooping over the front here, like that. So that's your pick. So now you get a tie wrap, because I've still got them in my hand. Place them above your thumb and finger. And fasten the tie wrap on. As you can see, right up here. I'm not pulling it too tight at the moment in case I wish to move something out of the way. I'm not putting that in just yet. So as you can see, the stems on the bottom are like that. That is what you do in real flowers. And then obviously if you cut across the bottom, they should all stand up by themselves. So now we manipulate our pick. So you can bend, you can now hold these tight. You don't have to, you know, keep them bent apart, because you can now start manipulating them on how you would like them to sit. So I want this at the front. Bring that. And this is where you start to bend them into any shape. Even your conifer or your cypress leaves, whichever you're calling it. And you can make your pick as big as you like. Let's bring that one here down the front. Where's that one? And then bring this one down the front as well. And my rose, I may want to lift that slightly and just bend the head coming like that. Again, I've not tied the tie wrap too tight because I am manipulating them, and until I am happy, I won't, you know, tie it tight. Conifer, get some here. Bring some out to the side. Let's have a look at the back. Grab the conifer, bring some of that out to the side as well. And I have my fern. I want to place there. And by bringing them out, just manipulate the stem and bend it into position of how you'd like it to sit. So that, I'm quite happy with that. If I just bend that slightly. And that is my pick. So I am quite happy with the way that that is looking. So you can just, again, even if you, like I say, you suffer with arthritis, place it on your mat and just fluff it up that way. Again, until you are happy with how it is looking. I want that fern to slightly be like that. Like that. So now, because I've done that like that and I'm happy, I use these, the ones with the bent head. It gives me more of a grip. I pull on my tie wrap, or zip tie as some people know it. So now I'm happy with that. I will cut that off. So now you're left with all these stems that all, as you can see, all different lengths. Cut them across in a tidy, straight line. I start with the first couple like that. I don't want them really, really long. So if I do it one at a time, then you can see, because I'm the way I let's get my words right. How I'm getting a equal line is I'm leaning my pliers or cutters against the bottom of the flat part, against the bottom of the stem, first stem that I cut, and then it's giving me more of an accurate cut, that everything is virtually or is the same length. So that, you squeeze them together, and if you think that there's still some longer than others, which I can see, I cut them. You don't have to if you're happy with that, the way it looks, then that's fine. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I like things to all, oh my good gracious me, all look the same. So that is now my pick, like that. So I am using a white wreath. So I will be using white corsage tape to wrap around the green stems of my pick, because I want this to blend in with my wreath. I can't go over, I could, but it leaves I'll go over with the tie wrap, and I'm just with the corsage tape just slightly pulling it so the stickiness activates. Now, as we come to the bottom, some people do it, you don't have to, it's not a necessity. I do it because, again, I'm very particular. Now, I can see where I've cut here. So I just slightly bend it, go over, press it down, slightly bend it back on itself, like that. Oops a daisy. In fact, I can do it in the easier way. Go over, like you would a ribbon, doing a posy. If you're a florist, you'll know. I'm hoping it's showing on the video. So that's one. And that's another one. Now I can see some still. Don't worry about that. I'm going to be fastening that down. I just want to cover the bottom more than anything. So that is like that. So then again, I start from the bottom here, and now I go back up to the top. And that, where I'm going now, is holding in where I've just put those three little strips on the bottom. I'm trying to hold it without, so you can see. And then I'm going back up to the top, and then I pull. So there is our first pick. And again, you can still fluff it however you wish. Now you've got your tape, because it may have moved, you know, since you was putting the tape on. So again, just fluff it up, guys, and make it look beautiful again. So, oh, I've left my coffee. Oh my good gracious, I think it's a bit, one moment. Oh God, oh, it's too cold. Oh, that's like drinking cold water. So, there's your first pick. Now I want that to come my first pick from here. And look at that. And I've not placed it on. But look where that comes. And if our second pick is just as big, that will come to perhaps about here. And so on here. So then you've done virtually half of your wreath by just doing 3 picks, and that is it. So there's our first. I'm not going to fasten it on until we've done the others. So let's do it again. 3 of those. Oh my goodness, it's stuck. 2 of those. 2 of those. You should see the cat. He's watching me picking everything. 1 of those. That's 1. Take 1 of those. In fact, I may have 3 of those instead on this one. Again, you don't have to have or do it the same as the last one. So I'm going to use that one again. So they need picks on. I'm going to add in that. Two. I like to do them different on each one. I'll take that off and that off. Right, these are push up, so I'm going to push these up right to the top to elongate then the stem. There we go. Let's get another one of those. Is that one long? Yeah, we'll use that one. So here's what I mean about the brown paper. It's, again, excuse my fingertips. It's just when you pull it off the main stem, and that is what happens. So if wherever it's loose, I take it off, because I don't want it to look messy. Even though it may be covered up, that's not the point. So again, let's get the brown corsage, because it's a brown paper back. So we'll use brown. And again, just go around, no rush. People work at different speeds. And I'm going to go up, all the way back up. I tend to go back up just in case I've missed somewhere and I can see a little gap, you know, a hole of some sort. And because this isn't the stem here isn't very long, I will place that just underneath there. So it's got a bit of something to grab, and I will go over where I've placed it, even though it's a bit on the main stem. Again, I'd rather it be secure than not have nothing to be able to grab onto. And again, I just go down and then come back on myself. And as soon as I get to where the stem of this gold is, I will go around a couple of times more to give it that extra little bit of security, because it's hardly any stem on it. I'll do the same here. So it's got the support. So here we go again. I like to have the, you know, the conifer and everything at the back, because if I was working on a wreath, I would be placing, let me just sit that there. If this was a grapevine wreath or something, I would be placing my foliage at the back first and working from the back forward. So hence the reason I'm in these picks, I'm putting the greenery at the back. So then once it's on here, that's where it will sit. So again, I'll have one in the center. So as you're looking at it, there's the centerpiece. So from your left, you go to the, cross it over the front to the, from left to right. And on your right, you take it behind the center one, going from right to left. So you've got that crisscross there. And that's how you always do. The right goes behind the centre, the left goes in front, basically crossing over, because we bring them in together at the end. So that's how it is done. So let's make sure they're all right. So this time, do I place that in the centre? Yes. So that's going on my left, which would be your left. So it comes across the front. This is going on my right, so it goes behind, across from behind to the left. I want that as a centre point also. I have to think what I've got. I'm going to use that this time. You haven't got to go, once you've done the left, then you've got to go to the right. You can put as many things on the left side as you wish, because you may look at it and think, oh, that looks nice on this side, so I want that on there. Oh, I've got to wait until I've done the right one. No, you haven't. You can place the right, so like if I want 3 things on the right hand side I think would look nice together, then I will put these 3 things together like I am now. And I will think, well, I like it like that, and that's how I would like it to sit. That in the centre. Now they can go across the right, that across the left and that one behind. So these are quite big picks. So again, you can make your pick as big and as beautiful as you like. So does that go there? Yeah. So that is how I'm doing that pick on this one. Oh, I can hear a noise, guys. So I'm just going with my tie wrap or zip tie, and again I'm going to fasten them together, but not tight. I'm just pulling them, so if I can show you, so they're slightly secure, but not pulling them too tight. And as you can see, they all crisscrossing over, from the back coming to the left, from the front left coming to the right. So they are loose. I can move, as you can see, I can move those, or if I want to move this, I can move this also. And that is because I have not fastened the tie wrap tight. So now this is where, again, you hold in your hand like that, hold together, and then now you start to place and manipulate where you would like all of your foliage and your florals, wherever you are happy, and how they look. There, I want greenery coming out from the side. I want one in the centre, and then that one can come out that side. That one at the back. Sorry if it's not very good at showing, guys. It's quite awkward to turn it around with your hand, and if you know what I mean, it's awkward to sort of like do it keep hearing a noise. An unusual noise. So I want to bend that slightly out. And this is where you can make them really big, you know, by manipulating them into different shapes. I want that one coming out. That's not right, berries. Let's get these. And show. I keep lifting it up, forgetting. Sorry guys. Put that there. Just slightly bend the rose head, not too much. So look how big that's become. Again, look, I can move my rose because I haven't pulled on the zip tie or tie wrap too hard. So where's that other leaf? There it is. So I'm happy how that's spread out. So again, I hold, I make sure my tie wrap or zip tie is right up to the top. I get my flat pliers and pull. So now that is taut, that's all secure and safe. So now this is where we cut at the bottom again. I'm doing this slowly guys because I'd rather do it slowly than rush. I'd rather you could see what I was doing than not. And again, my flat part of my pliers, I've just cut that first one so that, if you can see, I'll lift it up, my flat part will be touching that to cut the rest to go along. Oops. And once you've cut that first one and then you do the rest, then your pliers will just sit nice alongside as you cut. I think that one was slightly a bit longer. Again, you don't have to do the whole lot cutting in one. I don't. I cut individually to make sure. Oh, look at that. To make sure that they sit proper. So, white corsage tape. Again, oh, let me just cut this, the tie wrap. We will be putting another tie wrap over this to be able to attach it to the wreath. So I'm just going along the stem, guys, with the corsage tape down to the bottom. Right, I'm going to do the pieces at the bottom to cover Oops, a daisy me. Floral tapes. I don't know what you call this, if you call it the same as us in America. If you call it corsage tape, or if you just call it floral tape. In the UK or England, we call it corsage tape because it's what you do on, you know, when you're at a wedding and the men wear a flower in the suit on the lapel. We use this tape a lot for that. So again, I'm going back up. Now, excuse if you can't. Let me cut that because so that's that. Now again, as I wanted the other, if I show you where we had this one, that's placed there. Let me just lift up my ribbon. So look how much we have done just with two. So that, I don't think I'm going to do. No. You could also, guys, as well, bring this down here, and as you've got that one there, do a ribbon similar to that and attach that in between. Or you could just get the odd piece like that and just tie wrap it around. I think putting a ribbon on there would be quite nice as well, but only like a what we call a chocolate box ribbon, where it's got two loops and two tail ends. So on this occasion we are going, they're going to go down there. Let's place that one because it's quite big. It doesn't matter if they're overlapping at the moment, we can sort that out and blend it all in. And then we've got a third one to go here also. So then that would be your half wreath with this. You could also put a bit of just a single chocolate box ribbon there as well, if you know, if that's what, oh excuse me, if that's what you'd like. So we'll place the second one over there also. And now we'll do our final one. Oops, I've just pulled. I don't need to glue these guys because these click into place. I can see where I'm going. There we go. On this one, I'm going to use two. I'm sure I did. One of those, so I don't need that. 1, 2, 3. Got to have 1. How many of those have I got? I'll have 3 of those as well. Again, we need berries, so I don't want those. 1, just 2 of those. Did I get one of those? I don't need those. I may just add 1 again of those. So here we go again. And again, you know, people, or, you know, the more mature person who suffers with any illness, you can also, you know, sit down and do this. You haven't got to stand up. So if I showed you how to do it now, if you suffer with arthritis, instead of doing it in your hand like I've been showing you, I'll also show you the opposite, you know, the other way as well. If I just get out everything prepared in what I have, that's there, that needs a pick on it, that them need a pick on it. They're okay. And that's okay. So again, 3 picks. So if we get these done out of the way, again, here we have it. Now it's peeling off. So let's just get rid of it. Let me, gosh, my hands are absolutely filled. The reason that they're dirty, guys, is not just because of the corsage tape. I have been working this morning as well on doing something for a customer. So, oh, so let's pick for that, pick for that. So we want brown. And put that back for a moment, we'll get the brown out. So again, if you can see, this is what in floristry over here we call a node, and that is a node which basically means, you may see it better there because it's black, basically means another part of this on the main stem, which is there, there's something growing off of it. So that is classed as a node. So when I say to somebody when I'm working, cut to the next node, I don't mean the next one at the bottom. If I meant at the bottom, I would say cut the last node on the stem at the bottom, and I would mention the word bottom. But when I'm just saying something on screen, when I'm videoing, if I say I cut to the next node, I mean from the top. Unless I say bottom, I mean from the top. So I'd say to you, right, we don't need those two, so cut from the next node, and I mean from the top. I could say also, to make it even easier, so you don't go wrong, cut from the next node from the top. So that's your top node, because it's just on the main stem. There's your first node. What's the first node growing off of your main stem? So you cut there. Unless I say bottom, you don't cut from the bottom. So on this occasion, I'm placing the pick on the bottom node, and that is where I'm going to be taping. Sorry, I sound a bit like a teacher today. It's just that I just want to clarify myself. Sometimes I feel that I haven't clarified myself enough or explained myself clearly. So, you know, I do like to make sure that I do, because I don't want, you know, to confuse people, and then they say, oh, well, you know, I watched a video and that lady does it like that, you know. So I'd rather, I'm very, you know, explanatory. I like to explain things, you know. I like to make sure, oh, I could put that one on the top. I like to make sure, you know, that I'm explaining myself clearly. Cut that off. We don't need that because that will stick out from the tape. So now I'll go down to the center. Now I've got a bit longer stem. I don't need to bring that right up there. So I'll just go slightly below. So yeah, guys, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm explaining myself clearly. I don't want you to think, oh my gosh, where's that Iris gone? That one who's always having a, you know, who's quite fun. Oh, I'm still here, guys. Don't worry about that. So that's that. So now on our paper back stem. I was watching a video Friday night, I can't remember who it was, but I was watching a florist, artificial, not real. You know, I've watched that many real flowers. It's unbelievable. When I was working in real flowers, that is. But I was watching an artificial lady do an arrangement. I can't remember who it was. And oh my good gracious me, guys, I had to pause and go back because she did it that fast. I just didn't, you know, catch on with what she just said. I missed it, you know, just like that. And I said to my husband, that's why I like to take my time, you know, when I'm filming. Yes, I can work faster. I do work faster. But when I'm filming on the YouTube, I like to take my time. Not because I'm slow. That's, you know, because I want you guys to see it properly and to be able to catch what I'm saying without getting confused or having to rewind it, you know, and think, oh my gosh, I didn't catch that. I'll have to rewind and listen to it again, and you still didn't catch it. I'd rather, I may go 60 miles an hour, for example, hypothetically. I'd rather half that for my viewers so they can see and take on board what I'm actually doing. Right, so here we're going to do it on the table. Right, there is, let's put your center point. So because you're going from right to left, you go underneath your center point and go in a diagonal position. I hope you got that. I hope you can see with the mat. Just lift your central point up and go underneath from right to left in a diagonal position. So then your other one, if you're putting 3 in, or it doesn't matter, whatever, you know, if you're going next time from this side, from your left side, you take your stem and you go over the top of the central point in the middle. So then that becomes over the top at a diagonal position from left then to right diagonally. So then you have that crisscross there. So if you want to place one of these and you think, oh, I may put that now, one piece in the center, for example, then you just place it vertical. Then you think, oh, I'd like one of these. Where shall I put that? Oh, I want it to go here. So then, because that now is lifted slightly up for the left one, you go on top of the conifer, underneath, going diagonally from right to left. So as you can see, that stem is also going over to your left. So then you have your wispy bit and you want that on this side. So you go over the top from left to right diagonally like that. So then you decide, well, I need to add a bit of fern but I want it lower down. But from my, going from my right side, you go underneath, right to left, and you just go lower down on the stem. And same with this one, if you want it lower down, excuse me, you take it from your left side over the front, not under, over the front, slightly lower down. And you're creating like a fan shape. And then you think you want this one in the center, but slightly lower. Then you bring that vertical and bring that slightly lower. And then you think, well, I need a bit of creamy colour, beige. Let's get some more foliage in. I want this at the bottom from the right, on the right hand side. So you go right to left, behind, because it's like I say, all lifted up, you go behind from there. Let me just, it doesn't matter that it's going across there because you're bringing it lower and it's got a shorter stem. But you've seen it there and it's going to your left. So you've got it right. And on this as well, you want another one in the same place, but on this side. So you go over the top of the center on the front like that. So you think, oh, let me get my rose in. And you want your rose central. You place it vertical. If you want it higher up the top, bring it higher up the top to the top. That's fine. Now you've got these two little roses and you want one at the side of this rose. You bring from the left. Well, let's do it this. I'm trying to look how that sits. Right, we're going from the right to the left. So all you do is go slide it under the bottom like that. And then you've got one you want on this side next to the rose as well. Place it on top from left to right. And then you've got your eucalyptus. You could have them up here, but then you think, well, I want something gold behind these cream leaves. So you bring that one underneath. Just lift that up and lift that fern and just go underneath from right to left. And from this side on top, just place it on top. That's all. If you think that this is in the way, you can either pull it off if it comes off or snip it off with some scissors and just place that on top. Now you want these gold, beautiful fern, and you want to place that under the rose, so vertical. Just sit it on top, vertical. And now you've got this, and you want that also to be down here. Again, sit it on top. And then you have, see, these two little white fluffy things, and you want one from this side and one on this side. Place that over the top and go with this one underneath from right to left. Don't worry about all the stems, because we will be pulling those in like that in one moment. So then you've got again some glittery things, and you think, Well, where's the last one? Well, it's up top. I hope you can see it's up top here. So where would I want? Now, personally, I don't like that there. So I have to take it out. It's making it look too drabby. So I want this. It's one there because I can manipulate that to slightly go there if I wish. But I want one down here instead. And then I have the small rose, which will go underneath. And I will sit that there. If I place that there. And I want my berries there. So now you've placed everything how you want it. You look on this side at all the ones going over this side. Grab them like that, even the center ones. And then all the ones under here, lift up, grab them together like that. And there you have your pick. And that is without putting a tie wrap or zip tie on. So then get your zip tie or tie wrap, as we call it in UK, and go quite far up to the neck. Oops, the daisy, I've let go of it. Oh gosh. As you can see, it's coming in. I'm not pulling it tight, guys, because I can see a stem there that's not quite gone in. So I need to be able to push that under to make sure. I've got another one here what's not quite gone under. So I'm going to help that go under like that. Bring my tie wrap up again, so it's just further up. And again, that isn't tied tight. So now I hold in my hand like that, and then now I start to manipulate and move my flowers and my foliage into a position that I'd like to see it. And that's all you do if you're going to do it. If you suffer with, you know, hand problems, I suffer with them. Again, like I say, mine aren't severe, but when I do get the ache and the pain, it's horrendous. It's not a nice feeling. So, you know, I really do feel sorry for those who have it, you know, severely. So I want to bring that there. Oh, that's just snapped. That's just snapped, guys. That's how they are. So it doesn't matter. I've already still got one in. Let me turn it over and see how I'd like. And again, I can push some down, because if I think, oh, well, I want that slightly down, then I'll bring it down, because that's why I haven't tied my tie wrap tight, in case I wish to place things somewhere different, or they're not long enough, or they need to go, you know, smaller in height. Just turn that one around. So I look from the front. Let's just have a look at that. I'm going to place that in. So because I haven't tied it, I can push that in. So that's gone in from the side to the back. No. It's all right, guys. I've got my cat. What time are we on? Oh, yeah, it's that time where he's ready for his food. He usually gets fed around 4, and it's nearly that time now. He's basically hinting to me, you know, hurry up, I want my dinner. I wish somebody would be like that. I ought to be like that. But nobody will cook mine. I know, I can hear you. Gutsy Malone. Bring that slightly up. Just want to bend that rose head. So there is our pick. So now I can pull on the tie wrap. Make sure first that it's up higher, as high as I need to get it, by holding them together tightly and pulling. And that's all I've done. So I will cut that off, and now I will cut these. And that's how you do it if, again, you have problems with your hands, either osteoarthritis or arthritis or any other issues with your hands, how you can place it on your mat and do it that way. Oh my gosh, they went over other side of the room. They went near the door, Marley. Go and fetch them. I forgot you're not a dog. You just want me for your food, nothing more. So I'm going to now, just quickly now, as I've shown you, place the corsage tape on. Or the floral tape, whichever you decide, you know, you call it. Yes, I can hear you purring in my ear. Oh, you love mummy that much? Right, that's at the bottom. And then now I'm going all the way back up because I need to cover where I've just the tape. Oh gosh, this tape's easily and folding in half on itself. There. So there's your other pick. So now let's get our wreath. Now we've done all 3 picks. We're going to attach them. Now you can then now choose which one you'd like to see in the middle. I want to see this one. So as I turn it round and show you, I'm bending over my bow. That's okay because I can fluff that back up without a problem. And you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, how's she going to bend the stem? I'm not going to bend the stem. I'm going to sit it under the bow like that. Or I can take it from underneath like that, because the bow will be fluffed up, and that's how that will go. So we need a tie wrap. Again, let's move our bow out of the way. Trying to do it so you can see. I'm going underneath and I'm going through one of the twigs. One which I think will support, and then just place that down there, and I'm tie wrapping it above the tie wrap that I've got on my stem. And I'm pulling it really tight. So I want another one because, as you can see, it's leaning. So I need another one to go through here to hold it at the bottom of the stem. There, you have more support. And if you still want to put a third on, you put a third on, guys. Don't feel that you've got to just have two. If you feel that you may need one in the middle of your stem as well, I'll do it just to, you know, show you. I've got a third on. So I know definitely that isn't going anywhere. So my 3 tie wraps are around a thicker stem, branch here, or twig. So then let me just make sure that that one's pulled tightly, because I can see. And again, I always say look once, check twice. Cut those. And they're in there. So that is your first. And also on the back, that's all it is like that. As you can see, it's just going down and following that main stem there. That's all it's doing. Don't know why I placed that through there then. Let's bring the bow back through. To fluff the bow up. I don't know what I did there. So that is now where our bow will sit. Come away. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the brownie coloured ones. and then the hessian. So that is your first one. And again, if you think, well, I'm still not too sure that it's going to hold, then get a stem, say like off your conifer, and attach that to here. Look, attach that to one, or you can get a stem off of this one and attach that stem, if you can find something, to where you're going. Or there's one there, you can attach that for extra support. Here, if I show you by doing it, I've got this one, so I can go and think, well, I feel that I still need a bit of extra support. Get your tie wrap through, go to the bottom of it, and because you can manipulate this, it's not going to go out of shape. And there's your extra support. And that is how you do, and again, just fluff up, attach your picks to a twig base. We'll sort those out. So that is our first. Now our second, we want, which will be sitting again underneath. So I want that like that. And then our third, I want, if I just place it like that. So then that is what you get. And then once they all are attached, you can manipulate or co-join things together so it looks all as one. So let's get another one. So I'm using this big one here. I'm just going to, and I'm going to definitely put 3 on this one because this one is a bit bigger than the one in the centre. So if I start by pulling that, so that is sat underneath. I'm just going to do one in the centre. And then I'm going to go around. And I always put one above the tie wrap on the stem, because then I know that this tie wrap won't slip or come loose or go past. Now I can easily co-join and bring some of my floral, because I do have the ribbon as well, and blend it in, as you can see, like that. I've got a bit of beading. Press that there. Just cut those off a moment. Oops. Oh gosh, I've just knocked. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's going to fall. One moment, guys. I've got a bag full of baubles and I was just about to form. Oh. Oh. Gosh, that was lucky. And this is where now you can manipulate to co-join as well your floral. And I'll get one. And that one would sit there. So let me just attach it at the bottom first. And if you still think that something's missing in the gaps that you've done, again, like I say, you can add, you know, a little bit of floral. Just zip, you know, tie wrap it on, just so that, oops a daisy. That's two. Let's look for something solid. Why do you have to come to me for your food? Why can't you go in the house and one of those will feed you? They're all home from work now. Right, so again, then you manipulate this one and co-join it slightly in. Now you haven't got to join it and force it. You can just bend a few of these stems. Let me just have a look from up, guys. Let me turn it over. I need to see the support. Right, so that's there, that's there. Now, I need something I want to attach a stem to. We'll use this. And what I'm doing here is, again, I'm attaching just another piece of floral, just for that extra support. And I need one down here as well, somewhere. That's quite there. And again, it's just so I know, because again, I've taken this wreath apart and it's not a solid wreath. you know, it is very light, so I do need a slight bit of extra support. And if I just bear with me, let's have a look. La 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 la. Let's try that. Oh, we could use that. So, and if you think like here, there's a gap, and you think, well, I need that filling, something's just not right, you could go and attach that singular. So, again, get a zip, tie wrap. I'm not used to calling them zip ties now, guys. Let's just cut some of that stem off. I'm going to go like that. And then I want to also, got a bit of gypsophilia, and I think, well, that would look also nice alongside, to blend it in. Oh, these don't push up, what a shame. And also, oh my good gracious me, I nearly fell. And then we'll get one of these as well. A bit of fern. This is if you think there's a gap, this is what you do if you find a gap. Then you go down again, look somewhere to attach it. Oh, I can just see. And then I shall just pull it. Like that. And then you just then manipulate how then you would like that. And your fern to sit. And that is how you fill in your gaps as well. And then to make sure that on the back, because you've just added, you will see some stems. So cut those off. I have to think which way it was then. And then fluff your bow up. Oops, a daisy. Again. You can either have a tail end because that really is that. So that needs to sit like that. And I've had them coming from the side so it doesn't look too bland on that side. Okay, let me just make sure my bow's nice and fluffy. So that is, guys, your wreath done on a twig base. And you just need to just attach, you know, your hook or your bit of twine or rope as you would on a normal wreath around the top up here, so it can be either hung on the wall or on your door, and so you can show it off. So it's nice and pretty. I hope you can see that. It's all right, I'm just doing my normal business, tidying up, getting things out of my way so I can speak to you. That's basically why I do it. I don't like things in my way. So again, guys, that is how you make your picks and how you attach your picks on to something like this, just made of twigs. And there's your twigs, and if I just lift it slightly up, and that is what you have. That's the effect. I mean, I will put the camera up and show you again. I will, you know, place the camera back into position, but that is how it looks once finished. So now let me just move the camera slightly, and I shall bring it slightly up. I hope you can see. I don't know if you can see above. I don't know. I'm not sure, guys, if you can see that above. If I just move the camera slightly, there's your twig base, look. And there's, you know, your roses. Oh, can you hear the cat? and your ribbon and things like that. So I'll just bring it back just slightly, guys. Oops, I'll just bring it. I'm just going to be coming slightly back with it, guys. One moment. There we have it. Oops, I've just walked into somebody's order. So, I hope you enjoyed that. It was weird not being able to talk to the camera, and I wouldn't say talk to the camera, look at the camera when I'm busy working, but we're not here to see me. So, again, that is what we have achieved on a twig base wreath. And that is what you could hang on your door. And that is just by making your own picks and attaching it, because there was no room, as you can see here, for us to glue anything on. You could glue it, but the thing is, you would see the glue. So we had no choice but to make our own picks to complete the wreath correctly. So I hope you like that, guys. I wanted to take my time, you know, to show you correctly, and so you could see how, you know, how you would make the picks. I didn't want to go fast, you know. I cut down my speed, you know, purposely I do it, you know, because why not? You know, you want to see, you want to learn. Why not? You know, and plus, I enjoy chatting away to you, more to the point. Here's my cat. Oh, Catherine, you said you've not met him yet. Come here. Here he is. Who can not meet my naughty cat? Eh? Who naughty? Eh? This is the one, Morley, who chews everything when he's here. So, look, his paw's getting ready because he's ready to run because he wants his tea. Go on then. So again, yes, I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did, and it was very different, and I don't do many of the twig ones. Mind you, I said that to my husband, I don't do many twigs. He says, well, you use grapevine. I says, oh gosh, I mean twigs as in twiggy effect, you know, where it's not like a grapevine and tied up together. You know, I had to show him to make him understand. So anyway, again, I hope you enjoyed that. I had fun. Please subscribe, share and like, and you know, give it a go if you can find something along those lines, or maybe you could even find an actual twig-based wreath, a real one, or you know, obviously dried out like a grapevine, and have a go on that instead. That one's plastic, so you could do that if you want, and have a go at making your own picks and attaching your own picks to it, and having fun and sit down on the job. That's one of the best things. And I hope you understood when I was trying to show you how to make a pick on, you know, on the table, you know, or within your hand, and the positioning of it, and this, you know, how to do it, and also on how to show you how to do it on the mat as well if you suffer with severe hand problems. I tried to show you, you know, a lot of things each way, you know, if I can. So again, give it a go, guys, and I hope you had lots of fun. I sure did. So take care, have a wonderful evening, and all the best, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye. Come on, naughty. Oh, I've just realised, guys, the camera was quite far down, so you probably didn't see me while I was chatting away to you. Oh, good gracious me. Never mind. I'll see you soon. Bye.